Happy Monday. Woo! I don't know about you all, but the weekend was beautiful, and I really hope you got a chance to get out and enjoy the beautiful Chicago weather, because it's supposed to rain today. But my Motivational Monday, I'm in the car, as you all can see. This is just, it is what it is. So I will say, today I'd like to encourage you to follow through on your processes for improvement, because it works. And oftentimes we don't see the trees because of the forest, but when you're executing a process, you have to know where the trees are, right? Imagine the process is the forest, but the trees are those little itty bitty aspects of that process that are really gonna make it come together and work. And that is, again, making sure you're delegating to responsible people to get your process in order, but also knowing the end result that you want. I am just coming out of another meeting. I've been on meetings since sunrise, meeting with myself. I watched the sunrise this morning, and I feel like that's probably where all this energy is coming from. I know I'm always kind of amped, but this morning, even though it's now dreary, it was so bright and beautiful watching it come across this morning. But process, make sure you are thinking about all the little aspects of what makes your process work. Where is it that you're trying to go? What are you trying to achieve? What are the steps that are going to take for you to get there? I have had some conversations as of recent, and I've heard people constantly say, well, I don't have the capacity to do these things. And I want to make sure that you're not abusing that word and abusing your own mental state. You do have the capacity to do certain things, but you have to think about it in terms of a process. And oftentimes it feels like you don't have the capacity to do things because you've never done it before, and that's okay. What you have to remember is you are learning, and as long as you give yourself the grace and the space to learn and grow, make a couple of mistakes, but ultimately stay towards the end goal that you're trying to achieve, it will come together. A lot of entrepreneurs that I talk to, this is their first time starting a company, and it can feel extremely overwhelming. And the one thing I reinforce and advise is you have to establish processes. That's one of the reasons I've been able to sustain the way I have in running companies and even get into this level, is because there are a multitude of processes that have to be in place to sustain. It's not just, oh, I woke up and I want to achieve this, and then by the end of the day it was done. It's not even realistic to think that that is possible. But you have to really think through, what will it take for me to get from point A to point Z, right? What are the other 24 steps in between that, right? You don't just start at A and end at Z. You have to go through the other 24 to get there. So if it's 24 steps that you have to do, be okay with that. But just know that you have to have the steps in place in order to achieve the goal. I worked in the beauty space for so many years, and it was nothing but process. For if you wanted no chip manicure to last the true 7 days with no lifting and 2 weeks with no chipping, you have to follow the process. The company manufactured it, they tested it, they established the process, and they translated it for you to read. Now, if you didn't read the process, now that's on you. So yes, be prepared for some flaws in the system. But if you read through and executed the process according to what was required by what the creator of that system said, then know that you're going to get the results that you need. Business is the same way. You know you want to achieve a certain sales. You gotta love live. That's a phone call. You know you want to achieve a certain sales goal. Well, what's the process to get there? You have to create a database. You need a sales script. You need a time frame. You need a lot of different elements to make your process come together. So take the time to write them out. There's no rush. A lot of people try to rush the process. If you have never started a company and you think that you are going to be an overnight success, I'm here to tell you that is just, you're going to be disappointed in yourself. And I'm just trying to help you eliminate some of that stress, okay? I read a quote one time that said an overnight success takes 10 years. And at the time I didn't believe it. I said, that's extremely disheartening. But when I studied medical school and they walked me through the process of what it was going to take to become a surgeon, at the time when I was like 20, in college, I was like, what do you mean I won't be able to touch a surgery until I'm 40? That's discouraging, but it's a process, right? So realize that it takes time to achieve what you want. Embrace the process. The quicker you embrace the process, the quicker you'll start to see the change, and you'll start to see your goal materialize quicker. So yeah, there's my Motivational Monday. Trust the process and enjoy the weather. Love you. Have a great